wilds of Kakabad, through Kare and the spiteful backlands, all the way into Mompang. You have survived traps, thieves, serpents, and vengeful gods, and now it is here, the crown of kings. It is said the crown was never forged, only found, by Jelana the Reformer, a lowly foot soldier who became emperor of the eastern world. Such is the power of the crown. The air around it crackles with influence. Okay. We'll just take it. Your destiny awaits. With the crown in your hands, you will be as powerful as Jelana. The goblins are arming, the giants are waking, and the birdmen carving cruel daggers from stone. War will come, but you will prevent it. But then, the image of the crown begins to flicker. You rush forwards. It's a tarp. and startle yourself awake. You are alone, exhausted, in the little hut in the outpost settlement. Your unimaginable journey is not even a single step begun. But we are in the Shamutanti Hills. That's a cool little map. I wonder if we're gonna actually be like moving a character around on this, and this should be like the overworld map. That would be cool. And I think that actually is how it's gonna work. Like I said, I've never played it before. So we'll click our character here. It is sunrise. You dress breakfast on bread and goat's milk and collect the pack and sword from beside your bed. Should we test the blade, pray for luck, or leave the hut? Let's test the blade. You pause to test the blade against your thumb. The blacksmith has done well. The edge is keen and draws a narrow line of blood. Outside the hut, you hear the outpost settlement stirring into life. And let's just do all our options here. It's kind of cool how it like sewed or stitched it together here. That's cool. Taking a moment more, you close your eyes and raise a prayer to your spirit guide. This morning it has the form of a panther, but what will it become once your journey truly begins? A great calm descends on you. Time to go. Time then to depart. You lift back the flap of the hut and step into the early morning sunshine. Okay, you have to draw a path. Whoops. You can center items. We're gonna have a spell book later and you can pray. But let's draw a path here, that's cool. Eyes follow you as you leave the hut and walk towards the great Shamutanti wall. The frontiers people of this tiny settlement are well aware of your mission. Let's greet them. You turn to them and bow. Some smile in reply, but are too afraid to approach. Others make gestures of protection. You are going beyond the wall, so they believe you to be cursed. A man is waiting on the path to the Kantopani Gate, the final doorway between Analand and the wilds of Kakabad. You recognize the sergeant of the Sightmaster warriors. He holds out his hand. And I guess there's a picture of the sergeant, a little hand-drawn picture. That's cool. I bet it was actually just a page from the actual book that this is based on. So that's cool. Greeting, Sergeant. Greeting, Sergeant. He touches his forehead with 2 fingers. You are almost ready, he says. I have for you a gift from the king. 24 gold pieces. It is all we can spare this time. He holds out a pouch. Okay, let's take it. We might need all the gold we can. You accept the gift graciously. Thank you. You should buy some supplies before you pass the wall, the sergeant says. And you must collect your spellbook if you wish magic to aid you. Finally, should you wish to practice your swordplay, I will go one last round with you. And he his staff towards the training ground. Let's go to the training ground. You walk with the sergeant to the training ground, and he wraps the base of his staff in leather. Ready my sword. To begin, the sergeant says, we will practice the stances. First, defend yourself against me. So you can choose your attack power by dragging your character sideways. To defend, stay fully left. So here we are. There's the sergeant we saw earlier. So I did that. The Sightmaster is a powerful enemy. By defending, you will receive the minimum damage from any attack he makes. The Sightmaster Sergeant defends himself as well. The round is a stalemate. I will now defend myself, he says. Whatever attack you play will damage me, but a strong attack will use up more power. You should choose a weak attack. So move a small distance from the right, so a little bit forward. We'll do a little baby jab here. We did 1 damage. Good choice. A stronger attack would have wasted more of your power. My next attack will be one of my strongest, he declares. If you can perform a full attack, you may overpower me, but otherwise, you had best defend yourself. For a strong attack, pull your character to the right. To defend, pull your character left. Let's go all out. I don't know how strong he considers strong. Oh, let's do that. So strong. Thrust. Oh, yeah, he was much better. Avoid strong attacks unless you are confident of winning. I guess I should have done more. But now I know what it considers strong, I guess. My next attack will be of medium strength, he declares. You may be able to overpower me. Okay. We only have that much stamina left. But let's do it. You play a strong attack, overpowering the Sightmaster Sergeant. He bows. You have finished me. Excellent. 4 stamina lost. Decent dueling. Okay. And it healed me up because we're down. You seem to remember the basics, the sergeant says, breathlessly. Good. Another round. No, that's okay. You shake your head. Very good, the sergeant agrees. But if you wish a bout in earnest, then I warn you, I will not go easy on you. He indicates the wider yard where there is space for a true match. Oh, let's do it. Let's fight in the yard. You head over to the yard to practice a bout of real fighting. The sergeant removes the cloth padding from the base of his staff. Oh wow, he's serious business now. This time I will not tell you my intentions, he says. You will have to read them for yourself. Be ready. So how do we read his intentions? I guess we didn't read them yet, right? The Sightmaster bows to you, taps the ground with his long staff, and readies his stance. You begin with a light jab, saving your energy, needling him, and trying to test him out. The Sightmaster Sergeant comes in with a tough blow, balancing his strength and his impact. The impact catches you in the ribs. A mutter goes through the crowd. The king is truly weak to send such a champion. Their words spur you on to stand once more and narrow your eyes at the Sightmaster. He turns his grip to hold his staff more loosely. He seems to be preparing a simple jab, a chance to overpower him, perhaps. Let's do it. Let's go in for the... Let's do a cut. Okay, good. Oh, do you get this back over time? I'm not sure. Time to attack. You swing your sword fast, in towards his chest, but his own move is fast and careful, and he is able to parry the very worst of the strike. Sightmaster shakes his head. Not bad, he grunts, clearly weakening. And how much do we have left? 5.8. We could try it. Yes, there we go. Acting quickly. Oh, I already read that one. Relentlessly, you cut and thrust, keeping him pinned. You rush forward with a deep, heavy slash. It is enough to finish him. The Sightmaster throws down his staff. You have me, he declares with a grin. Okay. The sergeant is gasping for breath. He bows to you once more. Very good, he nods, though you will need to protect yourself better out there. As he talks, a nearby healer hurries over with a salve, and your health and the sergeant's is quickly restored. Okay, so let's collect our spellbook now. One of the huts, set slightly back from the others, is decorated with glyphs and strange symbols. A terrible smell emanates from its doorway. This is the hut of the chief mage. He has been preparing your spellbook for days, reading star charts to work out which spells will be available to you in the different locations in the hills and beyond. Let's go inside. You lift the flap and go inside. The mage looks up at you with haggard, sleepless eyes and presses the book into your hands. Do you understand how to use this? He asks. And let's ask him. Tell me. Each spell is crafted through the alignment of 3 stars, he begins. The spell Zap, for example, is made by aligning Zarathustra, Aegis, and Peony. But that is not important. What matters is what the spell is called and what it does. Zap will give you control over lightning. Hot will create a fireball. And Fof, or just FOF, I don't know, will create a force field around you. Shall I continue? Tell me more. The mage nods. The law spell is formed from Lilith, Aegis, and Wex, and it will allow you to control the will of unintelligent creatures. The wall spell is quite different and uses different stars. The order matters, you see. Wall creates an invisible barrier. You will find the rest in the book, he adds, tapping the leather-bound volume. I want to know more. The mage looks surprised. Well, the Dapa spell is useful for locks. Walk will shield you in battle, and dumb will cause clumsiness. He scratches absently at his ear. Remember, some spells will cost you effort to use, but the ones that don't will not work without a focus, an item of some kind. You will need to read the book to know what. So research magic using the spellbook, but on the map. Let's click it. This volume contains the 48 spells of the High Craft, as discovered and passed down from generation to generation of sorcerers from the earliest days of the Eastern world. Each spell is formed of 3 letters, and each spell will take energy to cast. Furthermore, some spells will fail without the use of a particular item or focus, and we actually turn the pages here. So here we see a description of all of them, but that's okay for now. is not necessary. So, is that enough? I guess we can't go back once we've done these. But, let's see what this looks like. What weapons do we have? We have a sword. There's our 2 meals. Our spellbook. And 20 gold pieces. Let's head to or approach the gate. You reach the foot of the mighty gate. It is sealed. The sergeant places one hand on the wood. The gate has been locked for some time to deter raiders, he tells you, but you will have no difficulty. The stars in this place allow the top spell to be crafted, and he stands back. So let's cast a spell. That's the lockpicking one, I think. So click the letters. What? Why is there's like duplicates on here. And we gotta swivel around, so 1, D, O, okay, here we go. Open locks and doors requires 1 stamina. Let's cast it. Top. You weave the spell. One by one, the great tumblers of the door begin to creak and groan. Then the hinges turn, with a noise like hail on canvas roof. These gates have not opened since our last champion was lost, the sergeant says. I wish you more luck than he. Perhaps you will even meet him on your travels. These are all pretty negative things to say. I guess we'll just say this one. I am sure he is dead. The Sightmaster nods, peering at something on the horizon. I believe he is returning, but transformed. I hope you do not meet the same fate. He stands back from you. So now we can enter the gate. Together you step into the shadow of the wall. One last word, he declares. When you have the ground, find the highest point you can find. We will be watching. Watching from where? From here, the Sightmaster warriors are selected from birth for their incredible powers of telescopic vision. You cannot help but wonder how far he can see. Tell me what lies ahead. This path leads first to Kentopani, a settlement of traders, though most are rogues and thieves. You should be there before the sun has reached its peak. From there, 3 routes lead on to Krista Tanti, but no single route is safe. Kakabad is a land of devils, and beyond Karay. I cannot see so far, he says, but once you have crossed the city port of traps, you will enter the backlands. They say that day and night are controlled by forces other than the sun, and from Karay, too, your progress will be watched. It is time to go, striding away. You pass through the gate. The faces of the folk watching your departure reveal the hopes that rest on you and your quest. The early morning air is crisp, and the rising sun paints the slopes in shades of peaceful beauty, concealing the evil that lies ahead. Okay, let me just see what we're at so far. Okay. 20 minutes, not bad. Let's head into Kakabad. The path winds through slopes of wild scrubland. The countryside is deserted, and the eerie silence is broken only by the cawing of the occasional crow. There is a spell for hearing what they say, but you do not have the equipment it requires. The birds appear to pause in the air to examine you as they pass. They make you uneasy, as if you were an intruder in their presence. Barely an hour beyond the wall, and the air begins to grow foul. The Shamutanti hills are infested with the pestilence of the backlands. It saps the energy from your body, leaving you feeling nauseous and weak. Let's cover our mouth. houses, and you crest a small hillock, from the top of which you can see the path continuing downwards into a small settlement of huts. This must be Cantabani. Let's look at the village. From this distance, it's hard to make out much about the town, except that it must be desperately poor. The fields on either side are brown with caked mud, and the few pet animals are thin and wizened, like thirsty vines. No wonder the Sightmaster warriors don't trouble themselves to protect this place. There is nothing here to protect. So we can avoid the village, or we can head right through, but it is a village of traders and thieves, he said. But I don't know, let's just head on in. Of course, if you are scared of a town like Cantabani, then you could not hope to survive in Kakabad proper. You follow the path down into town. The round huts are made of a hard-baked, bright clay, and the roofs are thinly thatched. As you pass, eyes appear at dark doorways, tracking your every move. For a moment, it seems like this will be all you see of the town's inhabitants. But then, a villager appears from one of the dwellings and blocks your path. Let's just see what he's gonna do. He is 5 feet tall. They cannot grow much taller out here, in this poisonous air. He has thick-set arms and thighs, and is half-clothed in tattered breeches. His eyes are wild, and his long red hair and beard stand out from his face in a wiry tangle. "Halt, stranger," he commands. "What business have you in Katabani?" "I want to buy equipment. I'm merely passing through. I need directions." They're traders, so let's say that we want to spend some money here. "I want to buy equipment." He grunts, but you can see that he is pleased. With emotion, he encourages you to follow, taking you through the village to a large hut. Let's head to the storage house. Inside, you find that the building is a storage house. A quartermaster, somewhat plumper than your guide, is seated at a table. "This man is here to do business," the villager explains. "Get out of here, flea," the fat man replies, getting up from his seat to hustle the villager out. Then he turns to you with a smile and beckons you to sit. "Greetings, stranger," he purrs. It's weird. "Shall I show you my wares?" "Please." The man wags a finger. "Wait there." He disappears for a moment into a side room. Let's just wait. You wait. The merchant returns, carrying a large box. "For you," he declares, moving his hands. As he speaks, "You've come to the right place. This collection, the very best, are most strange and interesting artifacts, collected from other travelers who have come this way." He begins to lay the items out in front of you, treating each with great care. "You have 20 gold pieces to spend, but is there anything here you'd want to buy?" There's an herbalist potion, a musical pipe, a weapon, a leather bag, or a jewel. Let's see what the weapon is. "What weapons do you have?" The merchant looks at you carefully, sizing up what kind of customer you are. The kind to place a newly bought dagger against his neck, or the kind to tip him for the quality of the blade. But he must see your honor shining through, as he wags his finger once more, and then collects an axe and a fine broadsword from another corner of the shop. These are both treasures, as well as deadly weapons of war. I'm sure you will agree. Let's look at the broadsword. You lift the broadsword. It has a ready weight, and cutting edge is sharp. It has clearly been honed by a master craftsman. An exquisite blade, don't you think? The merchant grins. "Only 7 gold pieces." says. You put the bag back down, somewhat disgusted. Something else then, the merchant says. So let's just see all the things that he has. You lift a flask containing some kind of potion from the box and turn it between your hands. The liquid inside is thick and purple. 4 gold pieces, the merchant demands. What does it do? The merchant smiles. I am a mere tradesman, he answers, but I assure you, it is of the finest quality. For everything I sell, only the finest will do. You place the potion back on the merchant's table. Not today, my friend. The man smiles, but beneath that smile is obvious desperation. Please, the merchant waves his hand. Keep looking. Take your time. A musical pipe. You pick a bamboo pipe off the table, carved with split reed and 6 finger holes. What use is this? Are you selling off your infant toys? 3 gold pieces, the merchant says. I can't promise you that it has any magic, but it may well cheer you up at night. You place the pipe to your lips and blow a few clear, sweet notes. The merchant nods. It's a well-made little thing, don't you agree? It would make a better gift for a child. Oh, am I getting kicked out of here? It would make a better gift for a child, you reply, replacing the pipe on the table. The merchant shrugs, but does not seem surprised. The merchant nods, then begins to pack his box away once more. I see you will not be buying from me today, he says. I have other business to be attending to. You get to your feet and take your leave of the merchant. The villagers are becoming curious about you. Their doors are opening a few inches wider. Should they offer hospitality, your progress will be delayed, and so you continue quickly on, leaving the village and approaching the hills themselves. I was actually gonna buy one of those swords from him, so it's lost, I guess. Leaving Katabani behind marks the true start of the wilderness. Beyond that tiny outpost, there are scattered homesteads and carré, a thriving city port, but all are touched by cruelty, isolation, and fear. The Backlands, I think that's how I was saying it before, and the long shadow cast by Mampang Fortress darken everything. And with the crown stolen, things can only grow worse. In the long years since Jalana, the Reformer, founded the Alliance, the crown has been passed from kingdom to kingdom every 4 years, ensuring each kingdom has its turn to lead, but no more. Ruddlestone, Lentoland, Galantaria, and Bryce have all enjoyed its power, but when the crown came to Analand, it was stolen by birdmen from Salmon and carried off to Mampang. With the crown, the Archmage will be unstoppably powerful. There is no chance of sending an army against him. A military force would not survive the journey. So here you are, a lone hero, walking the long path to Mampang alone. 5 minutes later, you reach a fork in the road. The sergeant, for all his eyesight, hadn't mentioned this. So let's approach the fork in the road. The road splits around the base of a gigantic tree, but does not rejoin on the other side. The left path winds into a valley, and the right rises up a slope towards the first thick forest of the hills. Oh, I forgot to do the crows thing while I was in town. What happens if we click this? Nothing. We'll try it when we're on the world map again. Let's look right. It's hard to see much further uphill. The forest is sudden and thick, and the path narrow. It may be hard going in that direction, but the hills will involve a lot of climbing, eventually, and you may get a decent view of the next leg from the top of the ridge. You pause to consider the lower route. There is a river there, and the path follows the left bank. It is a safer route, secluded and protected, but the curve of the landscape would mean you are steps. Who's there? You call. The voice cries again, a little more boldly this time. Up here. Help, help. I can't get down. It is the voice of a feeble, wiry old man. Stepping back a little, you can see him clearly, as thin as sticks, and dressed in dirt rags. So here's the tree man. What are you hiding from? Oh, it says it again here. How the old man got up the tree is a puzzle. He must have been escaping someone fearsome to climb so high. What are you hiding from? You cry. Damned Elvins, he replies. I were traveling from Dumpus to the outpost settlement in Analand, but I were waylaid by Elvins, robbed me blind, all but took my eyes, and left me up the tree. I keep getting older, you see. We all do, but some worse than others. Climbed up, but now I'm too old to get down. So let's help him out of the tree. Swinging yourself onto the lowest branch of the tree, you reach up and grab the old man by the waist. He is as light as a leaf, and within a moment you have lifted him to the ground. Thanks for that, he remarks, brushing himself down and almost knocking himself over in the process. I was just starting to get a bit, perturbed, but I'm on the safe now. He seems remarkably confident, considering that the slightest stumble might break him into bits. What will you do now, you ask? Keep going for Analand, he says. That's where I set off from, a while back now. You wouldn't believe the story if I told you. Suffice to say, though, if I know my eyes from my eyes, you're heading out to Mampang, and you'd better be smarter than I was. And here, he presses a page into your hand. It is a page torn from a spell book, not a smell book. A book of smells. This might be of some use to you. I found this, just found it. Mind, and don't go asking how, but it is no good to me anymore. Let's take it. You take the page and thank him. The man falls quiet and squats down on the ground. With his jabbering done, you hear a buzzing sound from high up in the tree. A beehive. We don't need to investigate bees, right? You must move on. The light is fading already, as the old man dashes off downhill towards Cantopani at a terrific pace. You consider your options. So what is... Okay, clicking this does nothing. branches and leaves caught at an odd angle. After an hour's walk, you are starting to feel hungry. So let's see, we're at 40 minutes. Let's keep going a little longer. Let's continue walking though. You ignore the rumblings of your belly and keep up your pace. The climb continues, with the path twisting this way and that. The air grows cold and the sun flickers on the horizon, then sets, making it hard to see your way. But the moon is full, and when twilight is done, it will be bright once more. So it's getting dark, so let's just go ahead and make camp here in the woods. But to tire yourself out on the first day would be inauspicious. You settle down to make a camp for the night in a natural shelter provided by the roots of 3 gigantic intertwined trees. Your backpack will serve for a pillow and your cloak for a blanket. Before settling to sleep, you check through your pack. You have 2 rations left. So what happens if you don't eat? We haven't used any stamina, and I think eating gives you back stamina. So let's just test what happens. Okay, we lost some stamina. Your stomach rumbles loudly. You have not eaten all day. You lie down and try to ignore it, and eventually you fall asleep. I guess stamina is like your health, right? So it's probably not good to do that too often. But maybe we can eat breakfast and get that back up. The moon is full and high in the sky. When you next open your eyes, you feel warm and more cozy than you did before, as if wrapped in a gigantic blanket. There's a pain in your leg. Slowly you realize what is happening. A giant bat has settled on your chest and is feeding on your leg. Whoa. You draw your sword slowly and carefully, hoping not to disturb the creature before you can run it through, but no such luck. It leaps back in alarm. So it is 5 health. Let's just be crazy. Oh, he defended, so that was terrible. The bat's great wings buffet at your face, making it hard to see. You swing out wildly, hoping to chop it from the sky. As the bat flutters back out of reach, you do no harm, the giant bat. So we'll just defend this time. You drop into a crouch. The giant bat comes at you furiously, but you push the blow away. You escape mostly unscathed. It drops to the ground, wings folded. Let's do a cut, and he defended again. You wait for the creature's wide wings to open, and then you strike, pushing off the tree behind. You thrust forward, but the giant bat closes its tough wings. It escapes your blow, so it's probably going to attack again, but maybe we can overpower it. Yep. You wait for the creature's wide wings. Oh wait, I already read that. Another chance follows. Swinging out from a low crouch, you aim for the beast's heart. The giant bat tries to recover itself, but is too slow. The bat is flying erratically now. So we can probably still just overpower him. Let's do that. He's pretty weak. The creature is now afraid, pushing off the tree behind. You thrust forward. The bat falls to the ground, and the light in its eyes goes dark. So we lost 1 stamina, and we got skilled sword to play. The bat dead, you toss its carcass back in the woods, and now truly exhausted, you lie back. And we gained back some stamina. It looks like our max stamina went up, but let's read. Once again, the ground fills your dreams. Only now, instead of being hidden away in Mombang Fortress by the Archmage, you see it on the head of the burly villager from Cantabani. Anyone can wear the crown, he declares to you, but wearing the crown, you are no longer just anyone. And then he points a finger at you that seems to crackle with energy, and you find yourself drawn towards him, commanded to do his bidding. You are first day here, so maybe we should just call it an episode here. And if you made it this far, thank you for watching. Um, Leave a like or a comment if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you want to see more, and just tell me if you like the game and would want to see more Let's Play episodes of